Hello, Ramsey families. It's Ms. Gill, and I've created a quick overview of information that will help our Cohort A and Cohort B families transition to the full virtual model. This presentation really is specific to Cohort A and Cohort B families. So if you're a GATE student or a Gateway Cyber student and family, you can opt to dismiss yourself from this meeting or this recorded session. Thank you for joining. And let me go ahead and get into some of the information that will impact our Cohort A and B families while we are in full virtual or remote learning. During this information session, my goal is to inform parents and guardians of Cohort A and Cohort B students why we're moving to virtual learning. I'd like to review the schedule for students, faculty, and staff. I'm going to highlight those important engagement and attendance procedures again because it's easy to earn attendance when kids show up to the building, but that virtual learning that's going to happen on the days your child would have been in school really needs to look more like the days that they're at home right now, their virtual days at home. So I'm just going to highlight that again. Clarification for regarding Wednesday's schedule as well as our encore classes. There's going to be a slight change to the way your child gets their encore classes. That's art, music, PE, health, and library. And then I'll round out this presentation with a schedule of the food services for the next 2 weeks, as well as notes regarding accessibility. So again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, my contact information will be at the end of the presentation. So let me just review, and I'm pretty much going to read from the slides, the reason for switching to virtual. Notification was made to our superintendent, Dr. Short, as well as all Allegheny County superintendents that Allegheny County has met the threshold for substantial community spread of COVID-19. This Friday will be a consecutive 2 weeks in that threshold, that substantial community spread threshold. And the recommendations from the Pennsylvania Department of Education is to switch to full virtual learning when that occurs. Dr. Short has communicated with the entire Gateway School District that virtual learning will begin on Monday, November 23rd, and will continue through December 4th. District leaders, that's Dr. Short, that's Dr. Rossi, and Dr. Chakey, are closely monitoring the PDE COVID-19 dashboard as well as the Allegheny Health Department data specifically for Monroeville and Pitcairn to make the decisions that they make regarding our school being open or closed to in-person learning. They truly are looking specifically at our local community, Monroeville and Pitcairn, to ensure that the safest decisions for our local families are being made. So here's the assigned locations. This is effective Monday, November 23rd through at least December 4th per Dr. Short. Students in cohorts A and B, as well as the Gateway Cyber students, will be all virtual at home. Teachers and faculty will also be working at home while the district remains fully virtual. Food service workers will have an adjusted schedule, but they will be in the building providing that grab and go food service from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. And our main office, that's Ms. Gill, myself, and Miss Cindy, we will be working an alternating schedule. So we're alternating to maintain safe social distancing from each other, and all buildings are having a similar schedule with their secretarial staff and their principals. I will be working in the office on Mondays and Thursdays, and I'll be working from home Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, with the exception of Thanksgiving holiday when we're closed. And then Miss Cindy's working in the office on Tuesdays and Fridays, and her work from home days are Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Again, our building is closed just for the Thanksgiving holiday, November 26th, 27th, and November 30th. So here's what your school day will look like on those days where your child would have been in the building. They'll look very similar to the days that are virtual days for them already, but the added touch will be that the homeroom teachers will offer daily live instruction. Now, this live instruction is going to be optional. We understand that working families cannot necessarily get their child online for a live session at the time the teacher will be offering it. The teacher will still have lessons posted in Google Classroom, instructional videos recorded if your child can't come live. There will still be that asynchronous learning that you've grown accustomed to, but they will be offering live sessions and live support while we're in full virtual mode. You know, when they're here in the building with kids in their classrooms, they weren't able to do that. But for this period where we're full virtual, they will be adding that to their workday. Reading specialists, special ed, gifted teachers, they will all be working with students both asynchronous, that's through posting assignments in Google Classroom, and synchronous, which is the live contact. So you can expect that support from them as well. And then encore teachers, that's art, music, library, PE, and health. Now they have been pushing in and teaching live lessons in person to our cohort A and B students, but while we are full virtual, their lessons will be asynchronous, posted in Google Classroom, and you'll have about 2 to 3 weeks to complete those assignments following their directions, of course, because we know, the core daily lessons are really the priority when we're full virtual, and we don't want to overwhelm you with like 6 lessons a day. So the encore teachers will give you a little bit more time to complete their lessons. As always, students have all evening to submit assignments. So the assignments are posted first thing in the morning, and you have all day until midnight to submit those assignments to earn your attendance and participation credit. Attendance and participation is recorded the following day, and it's based on completion of assignments in Google Classroom. And for kindergarten, that's in Seesaw. So let me go ahead and review that attendance and engagement procedure again, because it really is critical that your child is earning attendance and meeting participation so that they earn the best possible grade, and so that we also are able to substantiate their attendance in school while they're at home. Keep in mind, I mentioned this at the midpoint information session, attendance is a state mandated reporting metric. We are required as a school entity to verify the attendance of a child in school. That's according to compulsory attendance laws, so that's required. So we have to be able to substantiate that when students are working at home. All daily assignments will be posted in Google Classroom no later than 8:50 a.m. Students will have all day to complete their assignments to earn their attendance credit. So from 8:50 a.m. to midnight, they can work to get those assignments turned into their teacher. Teachers will report absences to Miss Cindy the next morning, and on Friday's attendance will be reported to Miss Cindy on Monday morning. So that's just to ensure that nothing's missed and kids are able to turn that in on the day that it's assigned. For your child to be marked in attendance, your child has to complete at least 2 core lessons each day. That's core lessons, math, ELA, science, or social studies. That's the bare minimum. If they complete at least 2 lessons each day, they will be marked in attendance. Now, to earn full credit and the best grade potential, best earning potential for grades, is to ideally complete every assignment that's assigned each day, because they're all valuable. Attendance is just the bare minimum. So we are really aiming, the goal is full participation. I hate to say that attendance is the bare minimum, but in a brick and mortar setting, when a child walks through the door, they're marked in attendance. So attendance is an easy thing to earn. Participation is that work that students do to learn and develop. And that has to be done in the building in order for them to earn grades. And it has to be done at home for them to earn grades. It's just, that's the effort and output of a student that is truly critically important. A student can struggle to fully participate in all assignment completion while still being marked absent in attendance. So that's that bare minimum. If attendance is earned but remaining lessons are skipped, the teacher will let parents and students know that these assignments need to be completed for a grade. I don't want any families blindsided by failing grades. We are working towards the goal of full participation. So teachers will support, teacher support and the attendance and engagement notices should keep this process streamlined for everyone. Again, a little bit more on the importance of full participation. Again, this is student effort and output of all assignments. It's important because it allows for students to be exposed to all the grade level skills and content that they need to learn this year. Grades will be impacted if your child doesn't complete their assignments. Full participation supports a student's readiness to be promoted to the next grade level. And we are truly trying to do our best to make these assignments as easy as possible for you to be able to successfully do at home, while also keeping them rigorous enough for kids to recover skills and close gaps in learning while enduring the effects of these closures from the pandemic. But it really is a homeschool partnership. We have to work together. It's important for us as a school entity, as teachers, and myself to understand if there are any barriers or issues that are keeping your child from completing their full assignments. So homeroom teachers will start the process of addressing any emerging or chronic attendance and participation issues at the classroom level by attempting to contact parents by phone and following up with tier 1 written notices in email. So please respond to this notice if you receive one and work with the teacher to come up with a plan for your child to get back on track. It can end there, right at the classroom level with the teacher working with you if we're able to catch it soon. After 3 attempts, the teacher will try 3 times with 3 separate notices. If those notices aren't addressed with you and there's no improvement, the teacher will reach out to me and Mrs. Martin and Mr. Smith, and we'll work as a team. We meet weekly to discuss attendance and engagement concerns, and we then route them either through truancy or through participation improvement efforts. So that's where they kind of diverge. If it's truancy, it's a state mandate. We've got to kind of go with that. And if it's just participation, the child is doing enough to be in attendance, but they're not earning the best grading potential. They're not getting the best potential for earning grades because they're not doing all the work. That's a separate approach that is going to be worked out with Mrs. Martin and myself. So that's it for attendance and engagement. Let's go on to Wednesdays. Wednesdays shouldn't change too much for you cohort A and B families because it has been an all virtual day for you. But just to clarify, Wednesdays are always different because they're full virtual days. It's a day when the district has planned some committee meetings and professional developments. That's why that 2-hour delay schedule exists in middle school and high school. And some of those meetings and professional developments can't be changed. So teachers have from 8:20 until 10 every morning to engage in committees and professional development and other meetings that they're pulled into. They're required. I mean, they may offer opportunities to engage with your child sooner, but their requirement, per Ramsey and my expectation is for them to start working with your child either asynchronously or synchronously from 10 to 11:30. They then have contractual time to, have lunch, prep, and clerical work from 11:30 to 1:05. Again, teachers may reach out to you. It's up to them. I just can't mandate it. And then from 1:05 to 3:30, we have that instructional time again with kids. So your teachers will be making phone calls. Let me go to the next screen because these are the things that are offered on Wednesdays. They may be having parent conferences or hosting IEP meetings. They will be offering one-to-one check-ins via phone or Zoom for kids who need extra time and support through tutoring. They may offer small groups that reteach or pre-teach skills and concepts. So Wednesdays are their time to really kind of take away from, they may offer whole group instruction, but it's really their time to personalize learning and to offer some additional support to students who need it, as well as cover, parent conferences and meeting times. Again, for cohort A and B students who have become accustomed to seeing their special teachers, their Mr. Molitor, Ms. Jacob, Mrs. Bender, and Mr. Belzani, they really, they'll be switching to an asynchronous teaching model until we return to the building. So PE and health, library, art, and music, you're going to look for assignments to be posted in the Google Classroom and an activity for them to follow up with. Follow all instructions and due dates from those teachers as they're posted. If a specialist wishes to have a Zoom, they're allowed to do that. It's just optional. We don't want to bog down students' schedules too much. So it would just be an optional offering for your child. Here's the calendar for food service over the next 2 weeks. You see November 23rd through the 25th, we're offering grab and go. We're closed for the holiday. And then December 1st through the 4th is open again for grab and go. Keep in mind, families, if you have any issues with hardware or internet in any way, please alert your teacher, your student's teacher as soon as possible so we can arrange to prepare either instructional packets to send home or provide a replacement hardware or Wi-Fi hotspot. It's critically important that you have access to the equipment and the resources you need in order for your child's learning to continue at home. And we're here to help. So let us know. We'll make that happen for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's my contact information. You can reach me. The best way to reach me is through email, because I check my email all the time, whether I'm here in the building or at home. But you can reach me by phone as well, 412-373-5856. And then my email is there. We'll get through this. The teachers are ready. We've been working to make sure kids have supplies that they need at home. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great night. Thanks.